Why you might need to patrol in SHTF. Hey everybody, I'm Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Patrolling, gear, patrolling tactics, techniques, reasons why you patrol, maybe why you should get out there and train yourself in proper patrolling techniques and tactics. So why might you need to patrol in an SHTF scenario? So start off with a hypothetical situation. Everything's gone to heck. You are bugged in and or bugged out, but you're at a location that needs to be defended because you have to take care of your family. You got to protect your family, provide for your family. Maybe it's more than your family. Maybe it's your group, your tribe, maybe it's a whole community. But the fact is you can't just stay on your property and have guards and security set up in a very limited area. You need to know what is going on out there. You need to know what threats there are out there. Intelligence is very, very important. I've already done a video on that not that long ago. The more you know, the better off you'll be. That's part of why you want to patrol. You want to patrol for what I just talked about. Reason number one, to see what's out there, to gather intelligence. Another thing is, if you're out there patrolling, not just out there, but all around you, if you're sending out patrols in random directions for random times, random distances, random periods of time, then you will be more secure. Because those that might be coming against you won't be able to predict when you're sending out patrols, where they're going, how many people there are, their armament, etc. Before I get too far into the video though, I have to mention Jace Medical. Antibiotics and prescription meds, go to them, check them out. It's a must-have for an SHTF scenario. Links in the description below, coupon code asymmetrical10. So this is something that's very important. Something you need to be training on, either individually if you don't have a group, hopefully you do have a group, and you can train in your group. This really needs to be done as a group. Single person patrolling is not going to be effective as a 2-man or 3-man or 4-man group. If you are in the situation where you think you can only send out one person on patrol, well, you probably shouldn't be doing that anyway, because if you only have one person to spare, that means you probably don't have proper security set anyway. So security is number one, but patrolling, it's all a balance. Maybe that one person may want to go out and kind of take a quick look around things every once in a while. If you're in an urban setting, what might this look like? Well, it wouldn't look like this, because you're not going to go run through a town dressed like this. Patrolling may be just throw on your normal everyday clothes, put your concealed carry in, throw a little day pack on with some water, food, stuff like that. Maybe a long gun if you can do it. And go out and just kind of walk around. If the pack makes you too conspicuous, then maybe don't take that. Maybe just go with your concealed carry, shove some stuff in your pockets. We're going to get into equipment in a little bit, but you can still be effective. You can still walk around and see what's going on. Now in the city or in an urban environment, I wouldn't recommend like 4 people or maybe even 3 people. I would say 2 people, because it draws less attention to you. Once you get to that 3 people, it kind of draws more attention to you. 1 person draws less attention, but then they don't have backup. 2 sets of eyes are always better than 1 set, because you can identify more, you can see more, you can cover more area. All right, getting to rural environment patrolling. You may be dressed like this. What do I have on me? My short range patrol pack. I also have my long range chest rig, my secondary, I have my primary, so I'm pretty well set up. I have water, medical, food, and other etc. stuff in here. 7 mags plus 1. So I have 8 mags. I have a knife, 2 secondary mags, multi-tool, things that I would need. Other admin pouch, compass, maps, stuff like that. A lot of people concentrate on all the tactical stuff, but to tell you one of the most important things if you're out patrolling, especially for extended periods of time, is water. I have a lot of water in the pack. I have a hydration bladder and several water bottles, as well as this big water bottle here. And I live in the Pacific Northwest where there's water all over the place. So I also have a Sawyer mini water filter, which is great because there's water all over the place, but doing that takes time. Now, I can attach it to the top of my water bottle, fill my water bottle and just drink from that, but it's not the same thing sucking through that as it is just drinking from a water bottle. So make sure you carry plenty of water, even if you're in an area where there's water all around you. Let's talk gear. What do I have on me for gear? I already kind of covered it a little bit quickly, but I want to talk more specifically about the gear. First, I'll start off with my pack. That is a Condor Elite pack. I forget which model it is, but an outstanding pack. I love that pack. We got it initially as a diaper bag when our 7-year-old was a baby. We used it as our tactical diaper bag, but it's a great patrol pack. And you'll notice when I start talking about this stuff, how much Condor gear I actually have on me. And with my 20 years of military experience and using all that high-end stuff, that stuff was great. But Condor gear is what will work for you as a prepper, especially if you're on a budget. Because, tell you what, when Uncle Sugar's picking up the tab, sure, I'll take all that gear. But if I'm picking up the tab, I don't have that kind of budget. So Condor gear rocks. Links in the description below. Coupon code AP15. Save yourself some money on already great gear. First of all, the jacket is a Condor Summit Zero. Nice jacket. It's one of my favorite jackets. I love it. Underneath here, I have the Condor waffle top, base layer. Great top. This is the Condor chest panel. You can check it out. I forget the exact terminology of it, but it has 6 built-in mag pouches. It has a map pouch behind it. It's a great chest rig. I have 2 of them and absolutely love them. And everything I'm showing here, exception of one thing I'll tell you about later, I paid my own money for. So that's how much I believe in it. And I use it all the time. I've used it, their products, for a long time. Maybe they didn't start off as great quality, but they really upped their game and they got good stuff going on now. So talking about patrolling, this I feel is a great setup. That chest rig combined with some other stuff, HSGI Taco mag pouch for my 7th mag. Love those pouches. The expandability of being able to run different mags in them is great. I have the Belfair Camelback water container. I have just a Cetera little Molly pouch. I don't know what brand it is. I found it at Goodwill. I have the Condor double pistol mag pouch, 1 secondary mag in it, and my multi-tool in the other one. This is where my other secondary mag is. I have a Gerber Prodigy knife, not the best, but it works just fine. I have an admin pouch. It's just a US Marine Corps mag pouch in Marpat Desert that I just hit up with some spray paint. And the one thing that Condor did send me is these pants. These pants are the Condor Valkyrie pants. So far, great pants. Absolutely love them. Built-in knee pockets, and I have their knee pads in there installed. They also sent me. I like the non-slip little rubber things on the knee pad. Great knee pad. It's really comfortable. Only one thing, and I'm talking with Condor, I'm working with them, I'm actually going to help them design their Gen 2 version of these pants. Because one thing, there's a couple things, but one thing I'll tell you about specifically is the knee pad. The knee pads, the way they're stitched, they kind of tend to go off center towards the middle. But there's a strap, you can pull them over. They still work fine. They still keep the knee pad where you need it. It's just a minor little thing. I'm very picky about my stuff. They have stretch fabric here. They have stretch fabric in the crotch and across the back. These are great pants. They come in coyote tan. They come in olive drab. And now I think they have them in multi-cam. Pretty sweet pants. You got pockets all over the place. I would definitely wear these in a tactical environment. So far, so good. Love these pants. So the last Condor thing I have to show you right now is this ball cap. Tactical ball cap in Kryptek Mandrake. Works very well in my AO. So if you want good quality gear, check out Condor, like I said. But this is a patrol setup. Why do I not have plate carrier, war belt, all that stuff? Because I want to be quick, I want to be mobile, and I want to be light on my feet in a patrolling environment. I want to cover lots of terrain quickly. And I also want the ability to, if I run into some problems out there, to get back home quickly. Because if you get cut off out there, if you get taken out there, then the people back here that you care about aren't going to have you around. So speed and mobility is very important. Love this rig and this setup. I can run for miles and miles and miles with all this stuff on. I can ruck for days, probably endless with this stuff on. That's where fitness comes into play. If you're going to be one of the people out patrolling, you got to be fit. You got to take your fitness seriously. You don't have to look all shredded and stuff like that. It's not about appearance. It's about capability. How capable are you of going out there and doing the stuff that you need to do for extended periods of time? Some more about why you would want to be patrolling in an SHTF scenario. I already talked about the intelligence gathering. I already talked about the security of it. And those are pretty much the two primary features. But another thing about it, I guess it falls into the intelligence gathering category, is knowing what's out there, not just threats, but resources. Where are water resources? Where are the game paths? Where are wild edibles, wild medicinals? Whatever it is that might help you and your group, your family, whatever it may be, survive. Now, should you already know where these things are if you're at your house? Yes. But say you're not at your house. Say you're at your bug out location. Maybe one that you didn't get a chance to scout that much, which hopefully you'd have. Hopefully you are doing that, being proactive about that. But say you haven't. So getting to know the area is also very important. It's not just the resources, but also topography, the land. How is everything around you? Are there mountains? Are there gullies? Are there streams? Are there ridges? Is it heavily forested? Are there wide open grassy spots, meadows? Where do game like to go? Water sources, like I mentioned. Micro and macro terrain that you can utilize to your advantage. Whether it be for shelter from a storm or from threats that are out there. Patrolling is something that I feel we're going to have to do, whether it's in an urban setting or a rural setting. Urban setting obviously is a lot different than a rural setting. I can get away with this in a rural setting in some situations. That's why I talked about having guerrilla uniform, not stuff like this, not tactical, stuff that you can just blend in, especially in an urban or suburban environment. You need the ability to go out and gather information, to look for threats, to provide this next level of security while remaining undetected. In an urban setting, that has a lot to do with how you're dressed, how you're carrying yourself, not being very noticeable, blending in. Same thing applies to in a rural setting. It's just the blending in isn't in t-shirt and blue jeans or a flannel and a ball cap or whatever. It could be in camouflage or earth tones like you see me wearing. Because in my pack, I have my Salter's ghillie. It's just the top half of a ghillie suit. And it's designed where the front is open so it doesn't interfere with all my stuff. Has a hood, veil, comes out to about here on my arms, so it's not full length, but I can throw that on. I can also supplement with natural vegetation, and I can move quietly using stealth while I'm out in the woods. So it's the same concept, just it varies quite a bit if you're doing it out in the woods or if you're doing it downtown in a city. With that said, I would recommend, especially if it's a large event and things are really going to heck, get out of the cities. Now, that poses its own problems though. If you get out of the cities and you go somewhere rural, those people may not want you there. And I understand that. they are very justified in that feeling. But if you can prove value, if you can add value to them, their group, their community, then they'll probably let you in. If you're squared away, if you're fit, if you have skills to offer, if you have stuff with you, if you're, especially security, some people always need security. If you're set up there tactically, maybe they'll let you in. If you're not, if you don't have any skills, no stuff, no abilities, and you bring in that city attitude with you of entitlement, I'm not saying everybody in the city is entitled, but if you're bringing that attitude with you, they're not going to let you in. They're going to turn you away. So to wrap it up, patrolling in an SHTF scenario is a very important thing to do for the reasons I previously stated. So have proper gear, have training in patrolling, in all the things associated with patrolling, which is the field craft, the wilderness survival, escape and evasion, reaction to contact, quick ambushes. There's a lot to learn. And fitness. Your people that go out on patrol should be as fit as possible. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. And blessings to you and yours.